Hey, look out. It's Faith Talk Live. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe. Look who it is. It's Kristin Weber.
Yes.
Oh, hi, guys.
It's if you're watching on the Facebook and YouTube, it looks like, Dan, look real close. Kristin looks like she's got angel wings there.
I do. Do you like my doily back piece?
I was going to say, either that or a grandma doily that you put a drink on. Yeah.
I'm in an armchair in 1782. I'm at my parents' house, and we put together a little corner. I even have a house plant next to me.
Sweet.
What plant is that?
Huh?
What kind of plant is that?
It's an alive one. I don't really know my plants. It's got these little these awkward.
Yeah. Oh, that's like a lily or iris
I
or
think
something.
my guess is it's probably going to be activating my allergies here soon.
That's fun.
Like that kind of plant, because that's what a lot of plants do.
Yeah.
Now you say you're at your mom and dad's house. Do they know you're at their house, or did you break? What's the story?
Well, if they don't, they're going to as soon as they come in their bedroom, because that's where I am.
What are you doing here?
Yes, they know. They're probably watching in the other room live on Facebook. So
hi, Mom and Dad.
Yes.
I just had a thought. Growing up, what did you get in trouble for the most, you think, or were you the golden child?
What did I get in trouble for? That's a good question. Mom and Dad, if you're listening, you can shout from the other room. Oh my God. I think I got in trouble, from what I can remember. I was absent-minded and didn't always listen. So when they would say to do something, I just wouldn't do it. And often it was because I was just off in La La Land in my own little world, thinking of songs and poems and stories. And
so you weren't trying to be rebellious. It just kind of happened.
I was not a rebellious kid. Like, my acts of rebellion were trying to learn the violin and running a marathon after my dad was like, "You have zero running talent." And I was like, "I'll show you." I hope they appreciated how easy they had it with me as a kid. So, but the accordion came later, and I think that's pretty rebellious, because that's shame on the whole family.
Now, how did he break that to you? Did it crush you when he said, "Kristin, I have something to tell you. You might want to sit down. Running is not your gift"? How did he say that to you, and how'd you take it?
Well, I think I had wanted to see. I always thought athletics were super cool, because I am not athletic in the slightest. I would watch it, because you always want what you don't have.
Right.
So I would watch athletes, and I'd be like, "That's so cool!" And how they like finish a race and like pour Gatorade all over their face and in their mouth. And everything. I was like, that is the epitome of like awesome right there. And so when I got to college, I was like, I'm going to join an intramural like track and field team. And after years of ballet, or I think maybe my legs are just kind of like wired this way, I kind of turn out slightly. Like, I have a little bit of a turnout. So when I run, I look like a Muppet. And so I told my dad, he was like, "Well, let's go do some sprints." And he was like, "Yeah, you're going to never want to run in public." He was like, "You need to find a back alley somewhere and only run."
Run like a Muppet. That's funny.
But those aren't his words, right? He didn't say, "Kristin, you run like a Muppet."
No, that's my hyperbolic interpretation. That was me being a comedian before I knew I was going to be a comedian.
Oh my gosh.
I keep wanting to say Zoom this morning. I don't know what the deal is.
What are we on? StreamYard.
StreamYard, yeah.
Facebook Live, YouTube, and on the radio. I read on your Facebook you've got a couple of shows coming up. Are these your first two that you've been out in public, or no?
Yeah, since March, I have not been in front of an audience. So I just keep telling myself, I'm like, just as long as you remember to face the audience,
that would be helpful.
Everything else will come back to you.
Yeah.
So we'll see if I remember all of my jokes. I have one tomorrow in College Station, Texas, and then I'm going to drive through the night back up to DFW. My mom's going with me to the show. I'm in Dallas right now. Drive through the night, catch a plane at DFW back to Atlanta, and then I have a show in Woodstock or Marietta. I should probably check on that. It's getting pretty close.
Yeah.
And so it's just like old times, just pulling all-nighters to tell jokes, and I'm happy. Got my caffeine supply put away already.
College Station, Texas, down there with the Aggies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You got to dumb it down a little bit for them, but it's just.
Well, I mean, I have the accordion, so I don't know how much dumber they want it.
There you go.
Now,
any Texas A&M fans watching, they'll know I'm not a Texas A&M fan now, but whatever. Okay.
now that Texas Tech, that's probably cuss
Texas Tech. Yeah.
Oh, is that what you are? See, I'm such a failure as a Texan. I have not followed all the rivalries and all of that. So, I guess OU and is it Texas A&M?
Texas and OU are the big rivals, but
Okay.
Texas and Texas A&M both are rivals too. So.
Gotcha. Okay, I don't follow.
Since it's been 2 months, and you no doubt you've been working on new stuff and new material both on and off the accordion. Do you think you're going to kind of have a vat full that how do you process? Okay, I've got all this good stuff that I've written over the last 5 months. What is it that's fresh for you and for them, I guess, right? To use. How do you figure that out?
So tomorrow's show is super easy because I performed at the same event, same church venue, maybe the same audience. That's what we're guessing. It's going to be some of the same audience. So I was not supposed to be on the show, but I replaced the comedian who was. She had something else come up. So I am going to do some new stuff, and I'll just tell them, since you all heard me last year, I'm going to try some new stuff. It's been 5 months since I've told a joke, so it could go terribly for all of us, but you're wearing masks. I'm not going to be able to tell if you're frowning or smiling, so it's less of a risk for me at this point. So I'm going to try some new stuff tomorrow, and then Saturday is a longer set, so it's easier to mix new stuff in with the tried and true stuff. So we'll see.
Now, do you have any COVID jokes, or are you staying away from COVID and just...
I think to not address it would be weird since it's so prevalent. So I do have a little COVID mashup parody that I put together and I'll do, and
well, that's fun.
Hopefully is not walking a line of inappropriate.
No, people are ready to make fun of it now.
I don't know. You don't know what's going to hashtag trigger people in this day and age. And so masks, part of the parody, I'm kind of making fun of just masks.
Yeah.
I'm coming from it from a comedy perspective. I'm not taking a side one way or the other, but for people who have taken strong sides, I think potentially.
It's probably better that your mom drive and have the car running. So
probably.
Jump in and leave.
Exactly.
The car with the accordion and go on.
Yeah. Exactly.
Weber, you can follow Kristin at KristinWeberOnline.com. Also, Facebook. Do you want to try out a joke or two on Dan or on us, or are you up for that? Or
think of any. Whenever I'm put on the spot, when people tell me a joke, I'm like, I don't know any. I really have to be in my what new jokes? It's really just the parody. I should have had my accordion down here. It's upstairs. Also, you wouldn't be able to hear my singing over it. But next time.
Yeah,
that's all right.
I totally shot that. You're tell me a joke. I'm like, I don't wanna.
No, no, we understand that. I shot
that bit down.
Now, I do have to point out something you said on Facebook yesterday that actually it made me laugh. You said, I miss the days when the only thing I had to do make people proud of me was eat my crusts.
Oh yeah, I did. I don't know if you've noticed. I've been using Facebook a lot. My Facebook has basically become where I try out my material, which I was doing that before COVID, but now it's heightened. So yes, I do miss that. Don't you miss that? The expectations were just so low when you're a kid, and you don't even appreciate it.
You ate a pea. Good job.
Yeah. You just have to eat all your food. Yeah. You have to stay in bed, which now I'm like, I'd give anything to stay in bed.
Yeah.
Which we did basically for 4 months, but.
Yeah. Now, do your parents still clap for you when you eat your crusts now when you're there? Or?
They're like, maybe you should leave those and leave the sandwich.
Maybe you could do without the bread.
Here's a carrot. Yeah, exactly. It changes. All the standards change.
Yeah, they do.
When you get older.
Kristin Weber, comedian, writer, accordion player. What else?
Doily holder. I mean,
oh, you know what I'm trying tomorrow? I just thought of. I was like, what bits am I trying? I was like, this is not good that I'm blanking on all my material for tomorrow. I'm gonna try my set about almost getting mugged at knife point. So I've been working on material about that, and the biggest challenge I've had is making sure people feel okay to laugh right up front, because like I'm okay with it. I think now on the other side is hilarious, but especially like women's events, because women tend to be a little more caring. And so they're concerned for your safety at the beginning of the bit. So I'm like, how do I diffuse the tension so that people are like, no, it's okay to laugh. This is funny. So we'll see. I'll report back on how that goes.
Hey, that's great. Love to hear that. Now you have these two events. What else do you have coming up, or has it been a challenge for you?
So everything has been pretty much, I think I have like maybe 5 events that have not been canceled the rest of the year. So far a lot has been rescheduled for 2021. So if the pandemic resolves and things get back to normal, there's a chance that 2021 I'll be wishing for lockdown again because I'll be so busy. But again, nobody knows. That's where we're at. I feel like we're in a state of like just suspended time, like some sort of purgatory limbo where we're not really working toward anything because we don't know if we can work towards something. And I can't, I feel like time has gone by fast, but at the same time, I can't remember like it not being 2020. Like, do you remember? I'm like, were there other years that I lived through? I just feel like I've always been in 2020 now.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we're still stuck in March 2020 and will be forever, it seems.
Yeah, apparently. So I've kind of stopped watching the news and I stay off of Facebook other than to just check messages and post things. And I'm happy. It's a much more peaceful life when you're unplugged and detached from reality.
Ignorance is definitely bliss, for sure.
Denial. The weather is beautiful at denial.
Kristin Weber, we love having her on. She is a comedian and author, accordion player, and so much more. Yeah, let's do that. Let's catch up. We'd love to hear post your events and to see how that knife at, how was that?
Almost getting mugged at knife point.
Yeah.
Almost getting mugged at
that one. He's still living with the shame of me getting away. So,
we want to hear the outcome of how they responded to that. So
yeah, hopefully the actual performing of the material is easier. Part of me was like, man, actually getting held at knife point might have been the easier of the two. Like getting held at knife point might be more fun than trying the jokes about getting held at knife point.
That is so funny. KristinWeberOnline.com. And Kristin, we got to take a break. We'll be right back. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
This is Faith